Hello, friends. My name is Sheetal Pawar, and I'm very happy to connect on this platform on this beautiful day with a beautiful subject of love detachment. So, before getting into the subject, I really want to ask you one question that have you ever tried to force something to happen, and the harder you tried, the further it slipped away? Any any examples from your life? We all have these examples, my dear friends. So maybe it was a grade you desperately wanted, or a friend you wanted to be, or some special things that you really feel like to. So having that desperate desires. And if you are a parent, like, watching your child grow and make their own choices, which really scares you. I had gone through the same situation. You try to step in, give advice, maybe even control the situations because you care so deeply. And as a parents, we all did it. But here, what happens? The tighter we hold on something, right? The tighter we hold on something, the more things resist us, my dear friends. So let us understand how to become so free from inside, and we can bring that creativity, we can bring that patience within our life, my dear friends. So that is the reason I'm here to share the subject called the law of detachment. And I learned this subject from Dr. Deepak Chopra. He's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful spiritual scientist. So he's one of my first guru in USA that I used to listen to him so much in back in 2010. I have gained a tremendous knowledge from this great master, my dear friends, and he keep things in a very simple and sweetest manner. And not only that, today we are going to learn from our own examples, from our own life, right? So, what is detachment? The moment we say detachment, we feel very scared. Oh, how can I be so detached from my child? How can I be so detached from my work? How can I be so detached from the community? So the moment you hear the detachment word, you feel that the monk who is living in Himalayas left his family, no desires, nothing. So we always feel that, but the detachment is not that, my dear friends. So let us understand a little bit more. So having desires is very important. Setting goals are even more important. And working towards your desires and goals are very, very important. But the thing is, you don't attach your happiness or like the identity to specific outcome. So that is very important, my dear friends. So you have done your things, and then you have given 100%, right? As a parents, we give our 100% to our children. Or as a kids, we give 100% in studying, or like making good friends and taking good decisions. We do it, but the outcome we cannot expect. So yes, we are expected some outcome, but when the outcome is not achieved, we get so depressed. We feel that, oh, life is not fair, this is not happened. So that's why Deepak Chopra is saying that you do your part, but let go of how and when it is going to happen. So what happens is, when you cling on to it, right, it creates deep fear. So why we cling on our results? Because we are fear. Oh my god, if it is not going to happen, what I'm going to do? If I don't get the results, what I'm going to do? If I don't get this job, what I'm going to do? So it is all always fear based. We are living in fear based. But detachment teaches us trusting. Okay, I have done my best, okay, and I trust the process, that it is going to happen good. Okay, that's fine. If the things are not happening, I also trust that something better is going to happen. And we are going to listen a few examples from my own life and from my friends circle, my dear friends. So the common understanding, the moment we say detachment. So detachment, when we say that, we people think that we are not emotional people, we are not ready to take actions. So detachment is not a laziness, my dear friends. It is so important to understand. And it is full of emotional, right? If you have so much love, then only you can be then only you can be detached. If you are not loving, that means you are attached, and you are working on a fear based. Okay, so what it means, still you care, still you act, you just don't panic when the outcome is delayed, or it is not in your favor. So simply, we are not bothered, we are not affected by our outcomes, my dear friends, and it will make us very strong and move forward in our life. Simply move forward in our life. So yeah, you expected 98 grade, you did not get, you got 95. So what? So what? It is best for you. Maybe, like, just move on to it. If you keep on thinking about it and feeling sad, feeling upset, you are not going to get anything out of it. In fact, you are depleting your creative energy, you are decreasing your force of energy. So it's so important. Just, okay, you saw that, let it go and go for the next moment and think what best you can do. That's all, my dear friends. And um, is it easy to practice, or is it hard to practice? So let us be real, my dear friends. So this is hard to practice. This is I will not use the word hard, but it is challenging to practice, because we have conditioned so much in our life that our old patterns kick in, and then always we are driven by that fear. So for example, young adults, if you take young adults are like teenagers, the pressure is so high for them. Pressure to succeed, pressure to be liked, have life plans, and social media. And you see people here and there on their stories, and successful stories you hear, and you feel so much behind. Okay, what I'm doing here, like, why I'm not like them, and you also chase for perfection. And the more you feel anxious, my dear friend. So by chasing all these things, you are not going to gain anything. That is what the experiences teaches. So for example, you are a parent, you really care and you really love your children, and that love can turn into fear for your children's safety. Oh, what is going to happen to my son, where he's driving for the first time? Oh my god, is he going to come good, or like, he's going to do some gimmicks on the road, whatnot. Really, always we are fearful. And do they make right choices, their future? So you try to guide them, you try to correct them, you try to control them, and sometimes without meaning to you, you block their own growth, my dear friends. So as a parent, we are so attached we are so attached to all the outcomes what we thought about our kids, and we are blocking their energy. So it is so important to understand, not only you practice, also you teach your children to take things in an easier manner. Let go. They have to have visions, they have to have their goals set, they have to work hard. But after working hard, the result did not come. We don't have to keep on giving lecture on that, hey, because of you did this, you did that. No, my dear friends, it's so important to understand. Sit there and figure it out what best you can do next, and have trust that everything is going to work out well. And if this did not happen, the next thing is going to happen in a best way. Okay. So but the trust is the truth is that you cannot control people, you cannot control timing, or you cannot control life. So but we think we can control people, we can control the results, we can control the timelines, we can control the life. That's where we are so exhausted, exhausted, because we wanted to have everything in our control. So detachment offers freedom, my dear friends, for you and for those you love. So it's so important a practice. We must have it. So, and then, example, you are holding a sand in your hand like so tightly. What happens when you hold sand in your hand so tightly? It slowly slips, and at the moment you open your hand, everything is gone. Whereas you take the sand, hold it so gently, loosely, the sand will stay there. Same like our life, my dear friends. The kite, right? So if you hold the kite too tight, the string too tight, it is not going to go up, it is going to stuck there, and then you don't see the results there. Oh, why it is not flying so high, why it is like just stuck in there? Because we held that thread so hard, where we are not letting the kite to fly. So it is absolutely right in our life, my dear friends. So it's so important that um, s- staying connected without squeezing too hard about our own expectations. That's what I'm trying to say here. So personal example, so I always love to share examples. One of my friend's daughter, she worked so hard, so hard that in high school, so dreaming of going to a specific college, and she applied early. She obsessed over her application. She visualized walking on campus, and then all that manifestation techniques and whatnot, right? And then she was dreaming she's already got it and all that. That letter came as a rejection. Sorry, we are not able to take you right now. So what is her situation, my dear friends? She was crushed. She felt like everything she worked for had completely failed. And then she started cursing and yelling, life is not fair. I worked so hard, this and that. She was completely every time she was talking about the same thing, but something told her, let go. In her ear, say something told her every time whenever she talks, she's listening this, let go. So finally she did it. So she chose another school, and she had considered seriously, um, which she wanted to go to the other college, but she ended up going to the another college, and turned out to be the best college for her, my dear friends. Things worked out so well. She discovered a passion she did not even know she had it before. And because because of this college, she was able to discover who she is, and she met some beautiful people there who supported her growth. And guess what? She ended up landing in her dream job, before even graduating. And she found a beautiful life partner in the same college. So because she detached from the outcome but stayed open to the possibilities. Of course, in the beginning it was challenging, but she practiced, okay, let go, let go, let go. And then things happened so beautifully for her, and everything got into alignment. So let us understand uh, the ways to practice detachment, right? So how do we practice? There are few things I want to share today. First of all, set clear intentions, my dear friends. So you have to know what you want and dream big, never less. Dream big, and visualize your goals, write it down and practice on them, and do affirmations, whatever works for you, right? You're speaking your goals with your friends, your parents. If you're parents, you are talking to your friends and your spouse, whatnot, right? You practice all these things, know what you want really clearly, and dream big and visualize your goals, and writing them is a very, very great practice. But once you do it, don't obsess. Okay, this is going to happen, I did it and all, right? So just calm down. Intentions are like arrow. You aim and then release it, that's all. So you're putting it, aim, done. Okay. And the second practice what you can do is letting go of how and when. This is what we learned, right? You might not know how something will unfold. So something will unfold, so we do not know. So we only know very little thing, that okay, oh, this is going to work this way, but there are a number of possibilities are there. It could happen in any direction. So never ever think like how this is going to work and when this is going to work. For example, you wanted to have a job, have a job in your dream office or something like that. So, but you wanted to have it as soon as you are graduated. But the thing is, you blocked that thought with, okay, as soon as the college is done, I want to work here. So the moment we say that, what happens is like for example, the universe, or like then the probabilities comes that you ended up taking that job in second year, right? So that the opportunities come into our life whenever it is. So you don't have to wait for 4 years to be done in order to join the company. So this happened with many people. So letting go of how and when is very important. And you have to be very comfortable with uncertainties. Yes, sometimes the results are not great. Sometimes the results are, I mean, it is scary. Uncertainty is scary, but it is not dangerous, my dear friends. It is a potential. right? Uncertainty, it is a potential. Think of uncertainty. um, I will think that, okay, I'm entering into a magic land. Okay, so see what is going to happen from this uncertainty. The moment you say, I am okay, not knowing, we don't have to know everything. Okay, what is going to happen? What is my life next? What I'm going to do? Who am I going to become? There are so many questions, right? It is okay not to have all the answers now, my dear friends. Absolutely okay. You tell yourself, I am okay, not knowing. I am okay, I'm absolutely okay. So you become peaceful. And the other thing, what you can practice is focusing on the present moment. What can you do now that feels good? So, listening music is fun, studying for college is fun, and then, having that good mood always is very, very important. Be joyful, be mindful, be happy, all the things will fall into place. And the joy, the happiness, and the being in the present are all high vibrational things. So, the more you are in that vibrational mode, you are going to get best results, my dear friends. So focus on the present moment. Don't think about past. Oh, okay, this did not happen, that did not happen. There are so many things we go through, right? Just don't worry about them. And for parents and teens, right, like together, um, let's bring this back home. Okay, parents, for example, your child is not here to fulfill your script or fulfill your story or fulfill your list of things that you wanted them to do it. So you have to accept that they are here to live their own movie, their own goals, their own passions. So all we have to do is we have to support. Your job is to love, guide, support, and then step back. Okay, trust them that okay, they are going to do best. They are going to be in a best place. They are going to have best friends. They are going to be in a best. They will end up in a best scenario. So we have to have trust on life, trust yourself, and trust them. It's very important, my dear friends. For this example, for teen and young adults, okay, you don't have to have it all figure it out. You are so young, you are just trying here and there, this and that, right? It is very important, just go for it and practice things and then experiment on it. You are free to do anything and everything, nobody is stopping you, but be mindful about it. So okay, you are not behind. Let me tell you this. So even if you are a 30 years old, 40 years old, you are never behind reaching your goals, reaching your dream jobs, reaching whatnot, right? You are never behind. It's so important to understand. Your path is yours. Okay, set your intentions, but stay open for possibilities. Stay open mind to listen to the things that you are going to receive in your life as you go. So, what means for you will never miss you, my dear friends. That is what I learned. So, if something has to happen to me, it is going to happen. If it is my cup of tea, I am going to drink that tea. If it is not my cup of tea, even if I am holding it, something might happen. I am not going to drink it. So, it's so important to understand that concept. So, today we are going to do a small exercise where a moment of reflection just for 1 minute. Okay, I will request everyone to close your eyes for a moment. That's all. Just 1 minute, we will do this practice and see how you feel. Close your eyes because closing our eyes, observing our breath will bring us back to present moment. This will give you a lot of energy to practice anything and everything. Close your eyes and take 1 or 2 deep breaths and relax. Now, think of one thing that you are holding tightly, something from your past. Remember one thing that you are holding on tightly. Maybe a plan, maybe on a person, maybe a goal, maybe a fear. Okay. So, what would it feel like to let go? Just a little. Let go. To trust that If it is meant for you, it will come. If it is not meant for you, that's all right. We let go. We let go of that plan. We let go of that person. We let go of that goal. Trust the process, my dear friends, and rest in the unknown for a while and absolutely okay. Breathe into that space of unknown. And the real growth happens in our life from unknown, my dear friends, not from the things which we know. Be with your breath. Last 30 seconds. Feel that the heaviness from your shoulder is taken down. Relaxed. Let go. And unknown is good, my dear friends. It's a magical place. Last 5 seconds. Now slowly open your eyes. So, hope you all had that one thing when you closed your eyes which you are holding tightly. Hope you let go the things. If not, then keep practicing and we all can learn this. We all can learn this technique, my dear friends. So, here is a secret. Detachment does not mean that you are not powerful. So detachment, in fact, represent that you are so powerful. It means your power does not depend on external outcomes. That is what I learned. We are so powerful. Nothing should bother me. Whatever the circumstances we are having, so much is changing in the world. Rapidly, the technology is changing, the people are changing, the circumstances are changing. Every change, if it affects, then what is the point? So we have to be so strong, so stable, so steady that anything comes into our life, we should be able to witness, we should be able to take it so gracefully, and we should be able to process that without any anxiety. Okay, so that is the goal of this detachment, my dear friends. So set your vision and you show up fully and you trust life. So you trust life. So what it means is when you trust life and the life will meet you halfway. Okay, that is a secret. So you have to go halfway by trusting the life, and the life will come halfway for you to make things in a best way. So it's so important. And the truth is, when we let go, my dear friends, we don't fall. Actually, we don't fall, we in fact fly. We fly so high. So always believe that everything is going to be okay, and there is a best life always is meant for us. Everybody is so unique and so special, and we are all going to fly some or the other way. So it's so important to practice. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity, and let us all practice being a best masters of our own life, my dear friends. Thank you so much.